Hey everyone, welcome. I want to thank you all for coming to our career extravaganza. We have a lot of professionals here. We're thankful for them coming to volunteer their time. We want you guys to have a good time. We're having a panel discussion, so a few of you guys will get to ask some questions. And also, we also provided gifts for you all for coming to volunteer your time. So thank you guys so much. Now let's get started.
All right. Y'all clap it up for yourselves. We're going to do a little different. We have a special guest that's here. First of all, we want to thank Principal Robinson, our DSQ. This is Ben. Come on, clap it up for them, you all. We are live, so you all can go on Aspire Charter Academy TV after this, later on, all that, to share this out with family. We wanted to make sure you all had some career professionals that you all can engage with. They're surrounded around you, they're sitting with you, and there's more to come. Some are retired, some are still in it, and some have multiple careers that they're part of. One, I want to say something because of time. We have a business owner that's making a launch today. None other than he's a pastor, he's a rapper, he's also an actor, he's also a business owner. Come on up here, Butter the preacher, y'all. Give it up for him, y'all. This is a good friend and what have you, a community person, and some of you are like, I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. There's a lot of award-winning people you don't know. There's a lot of award-winning people you all don't know. So I'm going to give him a few minutes to go ahead and greet you all and kind of tell the story a little bit, and then we're going to open it up to this fabulous panel. Y'all put your hands together one more time. I go by the name, brother the preacher, real name Michael Washington. I was just like you at some point in time, a kid growing up in school, born and raised in Gary, Indiana. I heard a lot of statements that I thought was cliche, saying that you can be whatever you want to be when you grow up, but that's not how I was raised. What a fifth graders at? Raise your hand. What a sixth graders at? What a seventh graders? What are eighth graders? I want all y'all to pay attention to me. I just want to make sure that y'all response is well. This is going to be a very critical 10 minutes of your life. Powerful 10 minutes. I pray that God will impart something in you for me that will change your life and the trajectory of your future to the right direction. How many know somebody that was shot before? Raise your hand. How many have a family member that was shot before? Wow. How many have a sibling that was shot before? Wow. Just want to see these statistics. I was born and raised during the 90s era in Gary, which was a very, very dangerous era. At some point in time, Gary was known as the murder capital. I know we get accolades of me being an actor, producer, music, business owner, award-winning artist, but that's not how my life always been. At some point in time, I was a fifth grader one day in 2000, sitting in the classroom with some shoes on my feet that was too small, a shirt that was dingy, food barely in the refrigerator, with no money, no nothing, barely could afford a haircut. That's my story. That's Butter the Preacher. That's who I was as a child. And I heard a lot of things saying I could be all these great things, but when I went back home, I saw something different. I was raised by a great mother. My grandmother raised us up. The father was absent, wasn't in the house. We was raised on Section 8. We had food stamps. Back then, we have those, they got something now that's called EBT cards. Back then, we had paper money. And we had to use that as food stamps. And if you had that inside the store, people knew that you was broke. And as a kid, that's what we used to eat. I used to love to come to school. I was the first one in the lunchroom. Because I don't know, that was the last meal I was going to eat that day. And I grew up not having anything. So I didn't know what a working man looks like because the guy next door to me sells drugs. Well, he was a pimp. I heard don't do drugs, say no to drugs, which is true. But when I got home, the people around me in the community were selling dope, smoking weed. And as a child, people tell you what not to do. but also you got to be shown what not to do. It's one thing for you to tell me something, but people go by what they see, not also by what they hear. So I was torn in between the two of want to do right, but I had so much wrong behind me as a child, I didn't know what to do. I was confused. Because one day I heard gunshots, then I heard about I can have this peaceful life, which I did not see. So what happened was, I became a product of my environment. Father was absent, and I took influences from other people. So the streets raised me up. So at 13 years old, by the time I get in 8th grade, I'm already want to be in the game. I already want to be with the vice lords. I already want to have my hat cocked to the left, hang around the wrong crowd, want to smoke weed. And then we get over to 16, 17 years old. I'm in and out of trouble. We get to 21 years old, I'm out of school now, grown man. And I look back over my life like, what have I done in these years? Besides hanging with the wrong crowd, hanging with the wrong people that say pick up a book bag instead of, pick up a weed bag instead of a book bag.
Bluetooth connected.
Pick up a rifle instead of the Bible. No, I was raised right, but I went the wrong route based off influence of the crowd. And I want to let you know today that the way you choose to live is the way you choose to die. You are all born in this world looking like your mother and father, but you die looking like your decisions. And at 21 years old, I had to make a choice. Is I'm going to live for the world, or I'm going to live for Christ? So I'm going to follow my true destiny. I'm going to follow my passion. It's something that's stirring on the inside of me that I want to do. I just didn't know how to get it out. I was lost. And I asked God, what's my direction? What is my purpose? Hanging with the wrong crowd at the wrong place at the wrong time. At 21 years old, I was shot 9 times and left for dead. It may not look like it. Shot 9 times, left for dead. See my best friend get killed right in front of my face. I prayed and asked God to give me a second chance in life to restore me, to help me become a better man. 25 years old now, years passed by me being shot. I went right back to the streets right after I healed up. It's easy to submit, it's easy to surrender when you're in trouble, when you're in pain. You say, I am done, I'm sorry. You get suspended, you want to give an apology. That's how I was. So I got back on my feet, 25 years old now. I found me a job, but I get back dibbling and dabbling, back in the streets. So guess what happened? God nudged me one more time. God gave me a second chance. Told me to get it right. And I prayed this prayer I'll never forget. This prayer was July 23rd, 2014. I said, God, whatever it is you want me to do, show me how to do it. Wherever it is you want me to go, I said, show me and I will go. I said, whatever it is you want me to be, I said, show me and I will be. July 24th, the next day, I get up my car, I'm driving, I get a flat tire, I get out, I check it, put some fix-a-flat inside the tire. Fix-a-flat, that's some chemicals that help inflate the tire for a little while until you're able to get a new tire. So as I put this fix-a-flat inside my tire, I hear boom. I'm on the ground, blood everywhere. In my mind, I'm thinking I've been shot again. But I'm like, Lord, I'm going to do the right thing. I want to take the right route. I want to change my life. And I'm laying on this ground on this hot summer day, not knowing what happened. A lady walked up to me and told me he was hit by a truck when he was changing the tire. My eye was literally popped out of the socket. Head cracked over to the skull. Don't even look like it. Went back to sleep on that ground, hot. I woke up in a helicopter on the way to Christ Advocate Hospital. They took me from Gary to Chicago. They woke me up and said, you just flatlined. You need to stay woke. They said, what's your name? They said, what's the date? They said, do you know what happened to you? First thing I told them, I said, my name is Michael, what I'm called to preach the gospel. I never preached a sermon a day in my life, but I knew that was my second chance and my calling right there. And since July 24th, 2014, when I chose Christ, my life has changed drastically. And I've been preaching the gospel since that day, since I left the hospital. Never went back to the streets, never went back to violence, never went back to drugs, club life, or any of those things based off the choice that I made. And since I made that choice, lost a lot of friends. They didn't think me going to church was cool. They thought it was lame. They thought it was corny. Because I chose Christ Lord instead of Vice Lord. Because I started hanging with G-O-D instead of the GDs. Because I started hanging with the King of Kings instead of the Black Kings. I changed my whole crowd. I changed my whole circle. And that same boy found his purpose when I found Christ. He came into my heart, changed my life, changed my mind, changed my vision. Remember, this was a boy that was born poor with nothing. Couldn't afford cable, was on EBT, and now today I got music videos on BET. That same little boy who couldn't afford a haircut, now today I own barbershops. The same little boy who couldn't even afford to pay rent, now I own 60 houses. The same little boy who couldn't even buy a burger, now I own restaurants. I'm opening up one a day in about an hour. The same little kid who music was making that was secular music, that was demonic music, that was demonic influence, poisoning people, putting it in their ears. Now make Christian hip hop, and it's Gary Indiana, first 5-time Christian hip hop award winning music artist and Grammy consideration. The same boy, the same one who didn't even afford to watch cable, is now shooting a Netflix movie with Marlon Wayans, and I am the executive producer that raised $3.5 million. The same boy. It's just about changing your vision. But you change your heart, when God change your heart, He will change your view. You are not too young to accept Christ. I wish when I was in school, when I had the people coming up talking to us, saying no to drugs was fine, but I needed somebody to tell me that God was real. I need somebody that tell me that Christ can use me right now at the age that I am. I would have been chosen Christ in the way that I did. I would have been had a better perspective of you in my life. You know, Christ can love me exactly where I'm at. Understand this. It's not about what you got at this time. Don't be discouraged and don't despise small beginnings. Because you're not responsible for what you're born in. May not have a lot of money in the house. May not have a father around. But guess what? Whoever's not around you, that's their loss. They walked away from greatness. They didn't know how great you were. My father didn't know how awesome and amazing I was. We got a good relationship now, but he did so many other things that he regret. But that was his problem, it wasn't mine. I didn't tell him to walk away from me. So what happened is this: don't get discouraged by whatever your life is like right now, whatever your house is like right now. Do not get discouraged. Embrace those moments. You're going to need it. You're not responsible for what you're born in, but you're responsible for what you stay in. It's your choice to change the future. It's your choice to change the direction of your family and your legacy. The ball is in your hands. Somebody say, take the shot. It's up to you to take the shot. Mama didn't take the shot, you gotta take the shot. Daddy didn't take the shot, you didn't take the shot. Grandma didn't take the shot, you gotta take the shot. Say, the ball is in my hands. And it's time to ball out. I want you to know Christ loves you, Christ cares for you. And if you accept Him today as your personal Lord and Savior, it's time to enter your heart and enter your mind. I guarantee that He will change your life around, and your future will never be the same. God bless you, and God keep you. I hope to see y'all soon. Tell me the name of the restaurant you opened up. The name of the restaurant is called Get Jerk. It's in Maryville, Indiana. Get Jerk Chicken is right off 68th and Broadway. 53 West, 68th Broadway. 53 West, 68th Place, Broadway. So if you're looking for a summer gig or a summer job, stop by, because I want to help you get some money in your pocket and help you work. How many want to make some money? Everybody here what I did. But that's good. Let's get to work now.
Let's give it up for Buddy the Preacher. All right, all of you all that were laughing, y'all don't qualify, okay? So you got to be careful. You never know who you might be connected to. We're going to go ahead and open this up at this time. We have a panel here, and we're going to go down the table. We're going to ask for them to introduce themselves. And at some point, we're also going to have some of those that are sitting around you to introduce themselves. So I want them to tell us what their name is, and what is their profession, and what do they do. So we're going to start off right here.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Portia Goffin. I have a non-for-profit called Forever Resilient. It is a 501c3 non-for-profit that provides mentorship programs for young ladies between the ages of 7 and 18. We also have Resilient Apparel to remind you not to give up. And we also offer life coaching services.
Good morning, everybody. Oh no. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ellis Dumas III. I am the Chief of Staff for the City of Gary. For many people that don't know what that is, neither do I. So, okay. But I work directly with the mayor next to him, serving all of you for the city. That means everything you can think of in city services, your potholes, your garbage pickup, your police, your fire. We work with all of them to make sure you're getting the services that you need here in this great city.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am Ava Kirkland. I am an occupational therapist. I work in what we call rehabilitation. So I help people who are injured or in the hospital or who have different diseases get better through exercise, self-care, and things we call adaptive equipment.
Good morning, you guys. How you doing? My name is Chris Miscale, and I am a professional musician.
Good morning, my name is Ariana Jenkins. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and I also service seniors in senior living centers. I'm a beautician there as well.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? My name is Ashley Robinson. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I currently act as the clinical program director at the 8 House / Crisis Center. If you guys know where that is an emergency shelter for youth ages 10 through 18. And then I am also a family and individual therapist for children, adolescents, and families.
So go ahead and hold on. Let's clap it up for them. You might as well hold on to that microphone because we're going to go right back down the line. Why did you choose this job? And can you describe a typical day?
Okay, so why did I choose this job? When I was in college, I went to school for nursing. And I don't know, women, we always say, oh, we're gonna be a nurse when we grow up. And then I went to college and found out nursing wasn't for me. So my counselor told me about a therapist. I was in high school in Portage, Indiana, and I was a teen mom. So I figured out I was pregnant at 17. And my school social worker, which she was a licensed clinical social worker, she was my support. And that's what made me choose to become a social worker. And a typical day, during the day, a typical day, I go to the 8 House. Kiddos, I do intakes and assessments for kids who are placed with us because they're there for emergency shelter. So some of them have had a rough night, rough week, and they want to process some things. I speak to case managers for kiddos who are involved with DCFS, kiddos who are involved with juvenile probation. So I really work with their providers to figure out what's the next step for them to find secure placement for them.
Okay, what made me choose to be a licensed cosmetologist, I was inspired by my mother and a few family members within my family. When I was younger, I used to see them doing hair, doing my family hair, just seeing how encouraging and how fun it was, and the looks that they, after they did so much hair, to make them feel good, make them smile, make them feel beautiful. When I was younger, my mother was in cosmetology school, but due to her being a single mother, she decided to withdraw from cosmetology school and decided to work. When I got older, I decided to do it for her and for me. I graduated from school in 2018 at Tricoci University. I graduated in April, and then I started working in the shop the next month. A few months later, I seen a job posting for a beautician at a senior living center, and I decided to just step out on the wing, and I did it. I got hired, and from then I've just been enjoying doing it. The typical day is coming in. I will see what clients I have on the schedule. I'll either get them from their room, transport them in, and I'll style them. We'll just spend time like just basically just making them feel better, making them feel beautiful. I personally, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a CNA, so the only thing else that I can do to help the seniors in the community is make them feel beautiful, and that's what I love to do.
So I guess I'm a little different. I don't think I chose my occupation. I think my occupation chose me. I'm a professional musician, and a typical day for me, being a professional musician, I do things a lot of different ways. I have a band at home, I'm musical director at my church, and I travel a lot. So my travel day consists of waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get dressed, going to the airport, trying to get there an hour and a half or 2 hours before the flight. You fly to my various destination, check into my hotel, have a couple of hours to relax, maybe. Then I have to go to the venue, do a sound check between an hour and 3 hours with the artist. Usually you either stay at the venue or you go back to your hotel, you get changed, and you come back and you're playing in front of between 5 and 25,000 people a night. So after you do that, you go get you a little rest and get up at 5 o'clock in the morning again, and you either getting on the plane, going to the next gig, or you're coming home to do it all over again. So that's my hope.
So I'm a little different from everyone on this panel in that my mom actually helped me choose my field and what I do now. I was unclear as a teenager what I wanted to do with my life, and so she helped me do the research on a lot of different things that would help me get through life. And we decided, because I like to help people, because I spent a lot of time with my grandmother and I was super creative, I drew a lot and did a lot of things. She helped me figure out what I would be good at. Some people know what they want to do in life, and some people really don't. And so sometimes your parents guide you into what you want to do, and that's what my mom did for me. So I became an occupational therapist. We do a lot of different things, and we work in a lot of different places. I am a home health occupational therapist. So a typical day for me, because I'm going into people's homes, I don't work in an office. I usually get up the night before and schedule out all of my patients. I am a therapist, so I do all the evaluations for people, but I supervise assistants who do all the treatment. When I see people in a typical day, I may see about 8 people a day. I'm driving in my car a lot, and so my car is my office. I would see all of those people, and I'm responsible for all of Lake County, all of Porter County, and all of LaPorte County. So I may drive 30 minutes from one patient to another. I have to be super organized about where I go and what I do. When I get to a patient's house, I'm usually asking them a lot of questions about what happened to them, if they were injured, if they need help. I deal with self-care, so all the stuff that you do when you get up to the time you go to bed, how you eat, how you dress, all of those things that people would do in a day that they can't do anymore. So that's a typical day.
Yes. Okay. So I chose this career. It's going. There we go. I chose this career. I actually had a whole other career. I actually have moved away. I was living in Dallas, Texas, and Houston, Texas, and I had went on to become COO of a hospital. And your mayor, who's a close friend, we both for years have said we wanted to see Gary do better, right? And how many of you guys have visited another city and felt like it was so much better than Gary? Me too. I did too. But unfortunately, you can't complain about something and not be a part of the solution. So what we did is we said we're going to be the solution that we always talk about, And so I left my really good job and came back home. This is where I'm born, this is where I'm raised, and we know that it can be just as great as all of those other cities, if not better. So when your current mayor decided to leave the Senate and run for mayor, we both made the commitment, as well as many other others on our team, to come back and serve alongside him to help make this city what we see in every other area. And so that's why I came back. That's why I'm currently in this role, because I want to see it do better. Now, a typical day, there is no typical day. I will tell you that, like this morning, my day can start some days at 4 a.m., some days they can start at 9. It would be great. But at 4 a.m., I got a call from our police department about an incident, right, where someone had a bad accident. And so he does a briefing, the police chief will call me to a briefing of which I'll update the mayor on the most critical things in case he needs to talk to the press or the media. Then from there, like today, typically by the time I got dressed, got to the office, the air was out. So then I had to do some emergency kind of resolution, because you wouldn't want to be at school without air, right? Right. So neither do our staff want to be in that building without air. So you have to resolve those issues. Some of the other things that we have to deal with is, hey, somebody spent money out of the wrong account at the wrong time. And so now you have to resolve that. So a day can go from 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. because we also work alongside other elected officials called the Common Council, the Gary Common Council. And those council members have a meeting tonight, and every 2 weeks, we go before them to ask for things, permission to spend money to do things for the city. And we have to ask for their permission. And if you haven't taken your education class in regards to how politics work, we'll talk about that another time, but we have to ask for permission. So now, even though my day started today at 4 a.m., I still have council meetings until about 8 or 9 tonight, and then I get to do it all over again tomorrow. It is such an exciting job because, again, one day you can be dealing with something as simple as a pothole or getting a tree up. The next day you can be dealing with street flooding. And you have to make sure it floods because it affects all of you and it floods into your basement, and now your stuff is ruined. So those are all exciting things that you get to resolve, help people, and just do right by people. And I really get excited that I get to work alongside some of the same people I went to school with and I grew up with, and I get to help and be a resource for them.
I myself did not choose my profession. When I first created Forever Resilient, it was based off of young ladies just constantly gravitating to me. And I saw a lack in the community. When I was in school, we had what was called an economics class. And in the economics class, it taught us how to cook. It taught us different life skills, how to sew. It taught us everything that we needed to know concerning when we grow up, financial literacy, the entire 9 yards. We did an evaluation of the community, and we saw that some of our schools were no longer offering those services to our young ladies. And a lot of the young ladies that I went to church with or that were in my community, they expressed certain things that they wanted to learn. So we began Forever Resilient, and we began to teach the young ladies cooking classes. We began to partner with businesses such as Chase Bank so that they could learn financial literacy. We began teaching them sewing classes so they know simply how to just repair a slight tear in clothing. We also began to create different workshops for them that they said that they desired, such as hygiene and how to take care of themselves realistically. Once we began those programs, I then branched off and I achieved to get my life coaching certification because some of our young ladies, they began to grow past the age of 18. As they grew past the age of 18, they still wanted to be around and learn more so that they can stay on the right track. So then we were able to branch off with life coaching. As far as apparel, Our apparel stems from understanding that when life knocks you down, you don't have to stay there. You're capable of getting back up each and every time, and that's what resilience is being able to have bounce back within yourself. So our clothing just is a symbolization to remind you that even when times are hard, you're capable of getting right back up and trying again.
Can we pass the microphone down? We have a new person to the panel. Go ahead and tell us who you are and what you do.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jasmine Morris. I am a certified autism specialist, but primarily I am a board certified behavior analyst, also known as a BCBA, and I am a health professional. I provide support to individuals by implementing ABA intervention strategies, treatment plans, and reduction procedures to help my clients regulate their behavior and just improve their quality of life. I work with kiddos with autism, as well as adults with autism and other intellectual disabilities. Been in the field for about 7 years now. So my typical day-to-day is I work hybrid, so I work from home as well as commuting to Iowa once a week to see my adult patients. And then I also go to the clinic, which isn't too far from my house, to just help out at the clinic and oversee with the kiddos. And I'm also the West Region clinical supervisor of my job. And I kind of got into the field initially. I wanted to be a pediatrician. Then I changed it to wanting to be an occupational therapist. And I was kind of all over the place, but I knew that I wanted to do something working with children. So how I tell everybody I got into the field, I became a BCBA by accident because I had no idea what a BCBA was. I had no idea what applied behavior analysis was. But I saw an ad on Indeed for a registered behavior technician, which is just somebody who works with children with autism. So it's kind of like a BCBA writes the treatment plans, they do all the observations, indirect assessments, and then after they write the treatment plan, the RBT is the one who actually implements the intervention plan. So I was RBT, and I saw it because it was like, okay, you're going to be working with occupational therapists, speech therapists. You're just going to be working with other people. And I thought, okay, it's going to be a good way to get my foot in the door. I was able to work with the occupational therapist, but as I continued to do it, I realized it was something that I really liked. So instead of just stopping at being a registered behavior technician, I wanted to take it a little further and become a BCBA. So I had to go back, get my master's. After I got my master's, I had to pass the state board exam, and I'm here now. So that's it.
Come on, clap it up for the panel. Do me a favor, clap it up for our camera lady, Janaya Bowie. I'm getting ready to come to you. We got a couple of questions. Some of you all just came to me, told me what your question is, so thank you. So I'm getting ready to come to you. I want to introduce, we got some adults in here. They're getting ready to tell you their name and who they are and what they do.
Morning, guys. I'll stand up for a second. My name is David Floyd. I'm from Chicago. I'm also a social worker at Jesse Brown VA Hospital.
All right. Y'all know this gentleman right here. I'm passing him. Yeah, put him on the spot, y'all. Tell us who you are, sir.
Y'all know me? Yeah. So my name is Cedric Washington. Mr. Washington. All right. Thank you very much. All right, so my name is Mr. Washington. I am an entrepreneur. I am an educator. I am the executive director of a nonprofit organization entitled NERD Youth Services. NERD is an acronym that stands for Nurturing Education, Reward, and Determination. One of the premier services under my nonprofit is my mentoring program, Project Uplift, in which I come out of a curriculum that I created called Knowledge of Self. Self is also an acronym that stands for Social Empowerment Learning Framework, kind of a Venn diagram approach of SEL, which is Social Emotional Learning. As well, I am a published author of the miseducation of the Negro in the 21st century. The reason why I wrote that book is because being a former educator myself, being a former administrator, I understand how it is in the classroom. I see what it is as a teacher, that the system wants us to teach the kids. I see what we're learning, I see behaviorally how we're acting. So I knew that I couldn't do everything that I wanted to do in the ramifications of the school. So I decided to step out and do my own thing where I can contract with a few schools, and I can do my mentoring and things of that nature. And also I can try to put my books in different curriculums to different schools, from high school levels to college and beyond. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for your time.
All right. We got a question over here. Stand on up for us. All right. So tell the panel your name and what's your question.
Hi, my name is Jahari Jones, and I want to start in cosmetology, but I don't know how I would start it.
Once you graduate from high school, I would recommend for you to just tour different schools to see exactly which one would be the best fit for you. I went to Kochi University. That's not the first school that I started at. I went to a few other ones, but they wasn't the right fit for me. But I would say once you graduate, you can go to whichever desired school. You can get signed up with either financial aid or however the process will be for you to pay off your tuition.
Come on, stand up. This is one out of 6th grade, so we're going to tell us your name, what grade you are in, and what's your question.
My name is David Harris, and I'm in 6th grade. And what did y'all think about doing before y'all chose y'all career?
So that can go to anybody over there on the panel. So somebody grab that mic.
I worked regular jobs before I started my career, to tell you the honest God truth. I worked in a machine factory. I was a basketball coach at a school. I was a teacher's assistant. But playing drums was just a passion for me. And I loved it. And that's one thing I would like to encourage you guys to do. Find something that you're passionate about and try to go in that field if you possibly can. Because you want to enjoy life. You know, I would say 70-75% of Americans have jobs that they don't like. So I happen to love my job. So just follow your passion. But, you know, that's what I did before I became a professional drummer.
All right. Come on, stand up. Tell us your name, what grade you're in, and what's your question.
My name is Ariana Bailey, and I'm in 5th grade. And I have a question for the musician. What's your favorite genre of music?
R&B.
Now we're going to tell y'all how to see him in action on YouTube, because there's plenty of YouTube links with Chris Vizquel on there, all right? I got to go, let's see, what's my other one? There's another one. What's Chris? Oh, there he is. I'm going to the ones, here we go. And then we're going to go to some of the ones in the audience. Here we go, some more in the audience. Got to stand up, sir. All right. Tell me your name, your grade, and your question.
Hello, my name is Christopher Wilson. Well, my question is, I'm in 7th grade. My question is, what made you give you a different approach? What did inspire you to give you what you love?
Any of our panelists?
So just to kind of piggyback off that initial question, someone asked, what did you want to do before you chose this career? And I have to be 100% honest with you all. I didn't have any aspirations whatsoever. Just like Bud the Preacher, Michael Watson said, I grew up right down the street on the west side, and a lot of what we were told in our community growing up was just make it to 25. Unfortunately, a lot of my friends and everyone else didn't make it to 25. And so I have, both of my brothers get permission, but I have a sibling of four, sibling group of four of us, two brothers and one sister. Both of my brothers are convicted felons. One currently serving time. We all grew up in the same household, but chose different paths. The only thing that inspired me is I had a really awesome mentor. And I'm telling you this because I want you guys to really think about who do you look up to and really listen to them. Somebody like Mr. Washington, and it was a male who stood tall, just like Mr. Washington, and would often get on my case, tell me about myself, check me when I'm wrong, because you're not listening and you're doing everything you want. And I get it, you're young, you want to enjoy yourself, no cares in the world, right? But that was it. We just wanted to make it to a certain age. Somebody told me I had to do better by myself and start having dreams and aspirations, and it clicked for me. And I chose a different path. I say to this day, if it was not for my mentor, I would be just like what my brothers are. Because we grew up in the same household, we were around the same people, we had the same decisions and opportunities to make. I just chose a different path because somebody told me to. And that's what inspires me, was somebody else. I see what they were capable of, and they pushed me to be better than them. And so that's what inspires me every day.
Your name, your grade, and your question.
Hi, my name is Gordon Racketess. I'm a 7th grade student at Aspire, and my question for you is, what steps that you took to get to your career?
Anyone on the panel, what steps did you take? So let's go down on the end.
So first I had to graduate high school, and then I had to get a bachelor's degree. Then I had to take it a step further and get a master's degree. And then I had to take it a step further and I had to pass a board certification exam, which was difficult. The pass rate is like 53% for first-time takers. And I had to take it 4 times. So in a span of 9 months, I took it 4 times. Then I passed. So yeah, it's kind of a process depending on what you want to do. But to be a BCBA precisely, you have to have a master's degree, and then you have to pass the state board exam, and then you will be licensed in the state of Illinois.
Okay. All right, we got time for a few questions here. I got you, and I'm coming over there. All right, what's your question? Gotta stand up. Same thing. Tell us your name, what grade you're in, and what's your question?
My name is Elias Navahar. I'm in the 6th grade, and I came to ask anybody in the row, when you were younger, what did you think you were going to be when you got older, or what did you think that you were going to be when you got older?
So what I'm gonna do is we have some in the audience, professionals in the audience as well. So when you were younger, what did you think you were going to be? So are you that right now? If not, what did you aspire to be? So how about in our audience, professionals, right? Any other professionals in the audience? All right, we got 2. We have, tell us who you are, and let us know what your profession is or was. And let's go from there.
My name is Pearlie Beekman, and my profession was librarian for 34 years. But that's not what I started out to be. I wanted to be a nurse, but I discovered I couldn't stand blood. But God had ordained already for me to be a librarian. And I can't tell the whole story now, can I? It's quite a story. It is. God brought me from a mighty long way. My mother passed when I was a child. My father married again. I got to high school, and we had a crew from junior high to high school, but we always were trying to beat out high scoring, whatever it was we were studying. So we were ferocious at reading. And I never knew how I was going to go to college. So I did apply for a scholarship, but on graduation day, my heart fell because I didn't get it. But when God's in the plan, somebody from that college sent me an application during the summer. I filled it out and I sent it back. And I showed up on registration day, and nobody believes this when I tell it. All I had to pay was $5. Now that was way back in the day, people, okay? This was in the 60s. The next semester I had to pay $25. And that's how, and I went to that college 2.5 years. Later I came here and I finished, it's a long story, at Calumet College, and then I went to IU and got my master's degree in library science, and I was meant to be a librarian because I love reading. So in my spirit in junior high school, I didn't even know what a library was before. But God brought me there and taken me so much farther, and I just wish all of you, we never know what it is until you get there. And then you know, and you don't stop. You keep going. And I'm still going. I just have this while I'm talking. I want to show this. You have to work for something, children. I have a degree from Calumet College of St. Joe and a master's degree from Indiana University for library science, okay? And until you get degrees, you don't get the money, okay? So if you want to go to the top of whatever your profession is and get the money, you get degrees because nobody can step over you when you got your own certificate. So God bless all of you, and I hope every one of you achieve what you go after.
All right. There's one over here. One over here. One over here. Here you go. Stand up, sir. Got a few more questions you can ask. You all, you've been doing, students, we've been doing great with our volume and everything, so I commend you all very much. All right, sir, tell us your name or grade and what's your question?
I'm Michael, and Michael Lovelace, and I'm in 7th grade, and I just want to ask you if you can give me any advice of how to be a YouTuber.
So I'm gonna walk over this. Okay, we got said any advice on being a YouTuber and what's up?
Is that
That felt like it was getting ready to go north. All right. I'm gonna go here. All right, y'all, here we go. Here we go. Introduce yourself and tell us the twofold or threefold of you being here.
All right, my name is Ernest James. By day, I would like to say I am a 17-year construction worker. I'm a bricklayer. But one of the things that one of the panelists said earlier, which I agree with, is if you find something that you love, then you never have to work again in your life. And then even if you can't find what you love, get a job and use that job to fund what you love. And so not only am I a bricklayer, but I'm also an author and a podcaster. And you said YouTube, I have a YouTube channel. I have 4 podcasts that's on my YouTube channel. And I even started a after-school program to teach young kids like yourself how to start their own podcast. And so the first thing I would say is start where you're at. You know, a lot of times you think you have to start with big equipment and all that. I started my podcast, my very first one, with my cell phone. And that's all you need to get started. So if you can start there with a cell phone and knowing what is your mission and what is your message that you're trying to convey to your audience, I would start there.
There's more, so he's going to be coming around to the classroom. All these professionals are going to be coming. I'm coming to you. I know she had her hand up. I'm coming to you all, but I want to go to those that I remember that had their hands up when I passed them the first time. Okay, here we go. I know somebody over here too. Here we go.
Other professions, could you have gotten with the level of education? Thanks the way you pay me.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, that,
With my level of education, I have a master's of social work. So mentoring, working with youth, working with adults, working with babies. You can work in hospitals, you can work in schools, you can work, I mean, there's a number of things that you can do with a master's level occupation, working in schools, being a student, school social workers, social work in the hospital. You can kind of navigate through those careers, a lot of those careers. And you can work with any population. I think they speak a lot about what your passion is, and whoever you like to work with, you're passionate about working with. You can use that level of education to work with just about anybody you choose.
all right, come on, clap it up. Now, this particular question that she had, I'm gonna let her ask it, and then there's a panelist that has arrived. I want her to answer it. And so we'll hear it in a minute. Come on, stand up. Give me your name, what grade you're in, and your question.
My name is Tyria Breckenridge, and I'm in the 6th grade. And my question is, how old were you when you started your career?
Introduce yourself and what do you do?
Well, good morning, everyone. First, give an honor to God. Good morning, Aspire. How y'all doing today? All right. My name is Aaliyah Stewart. I'm the founder of the ASW Foundation. I started it when I was 14 years old. I'm 23 now, and when I started my organization, I started out of my 2 brothers that were killed. When I first started, we started with scholarships. We moved into annual toy drives, giveaways. I traveled nationally to be an influential speaker and speak, and I mentor to youth in the community, a home-based caseworker, and things of that nature. So I started at 14. You really can start at any age. This year makes year 10 of having my nonprofit. So like Dave all said earlier today, find that person. Mr. Dumas said, your mentor, somebody. At 14, I didn't know what a nonprofit was, but you know, God placed people in my life, so you can start at any age and don't be afraid. Be a change maker.
We're gonna take one more question. Come on, stand up. Name, grade, and your question.
Good morning. My name is Kalani Powell, and I'm in the 8th grade. And my question is, what do you like most about your job, and what makes you like the most proud about it? And this is an open question to them.
I'm gonna try to answer as quickly as possible, but as a BCBA, what I like most about my job is how you're helping change someone's life, and just how rewarding it is to see my kiddos do something that you and I would think is so simple. Like, I have kiddos who don't even know how to brush their teeth or tie their shoes or simply put on deodorant. It's a challenge for them. So when I see a kiddo mastering something and just tie their shoes, it does something for me. It's like I help them do it, and then they're so joyous and happy about it, and then they take it home to mom and dad. So it's just rewarding because things that we may find so simple to do, we may take advantage of, or we may take for granted rather. It means the world to somebody else. So that's what I love most about my job.
Got a couple more introductions. I got some ladies sitting over here at this table that's gonna be with us, and we're gonna end up, I wanna keep this going, but these professionals are gonna be coming to your classroom. All right, so during your lunchtime, you all are gonna see them. They're gonna come and talk to you. You have some more questions, for some of them you'll be able to ask them. Just real quick, I want you to introduce yourself and then tell us what your profession is, and then I'm gonna have you introduce yourself, and then we'll get ready to, with Ms. Campbell. Ms. Campbell, and she can come and close us out.
Good morning, my name is Monique Campbell. My official title is Associate Professor and Clinical Coordinator of Surgical Technology at Prairie State College in Chicago Heights, Illinois. Essentially what I do is I train and develop surgical techs, which are the people who stand side by side in surgery with surgeons and pass instruments, supplies, equipment, retract, all the nasty stuff. Some of the people mentioned they can't handle, their stomachs can't handle, so that's what I do. I train people to do that.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kelsey Ferguson. Does anybody in here know what a copywriter is? Okay. Okay. I'm surprised because usually people don't know. But if you see any commercials for Jardiance, Claritin, Tylenol, any kind of birth control, any kind of medication, that's usually me or my team that writes the scripts for those commercials. So most of the day, this is probably the most professional thing that I have. I'm usually like in a jogging suit or something cute, maybe some yoga pants or something, but I don't go into an office. I just open up my laptop and I create. I develop scripts. I love writing and I'm passionate about writing. So each day is different, but pretty much I develop these scripts or I'll sit in a meeting and tell people what the next commercial or what the next campaign should look like. So it's great to meet you all. Thank you.
Do me a favor, give it up for all of the professionals that are in here. Even in some of you all don't realize that some of your teachers wear more than one hat. They have careers. We have like Ms. Wilson. She's also chef, and she has her own bakery. And so those of you all that get to visit with her, you all are gonna be blessed with some goods, all right? And then we have Ms. Norwood. She has her own business as well. Train and other things dealing with behavior. And we got so many, and we got Mrs. Welcome back, Mrs. Hobbs, y'all. Come on, y'all. Mrs. Hobbs is a former popo. Y'all didn't know that. She is a former police. And she has much knowledge in that area and still assists in that area. Don't be sleep on the person next to you. You don't know what they're capable of and what careers they may have. Did you all enjoy this? We're gonna do this again and develop it more, but guess what? We're gonna need your ideas, we're gonna need your input, and we're getting ready to dismiss, but before we do, let's clap it up for everyone in here. Ms. Campbell's gonna go ahead and get it on for us.
So thank you, scholars, for coming and enjoying these beautiful professionals. They're not going to be pushing into you guys' classroom, coming to introduce themselves and doing different things. So thank you all for coming. See you guys later.
Mrs. Hobbs, hold on. We've been asked something. He said. All right, y'all. It's been asked for us to do our creed so they can hear our creed and what we believe in. All right. Where's our news crew? Come on, real quick. Come on, Deshaun. Some more, y'all. Come on. Where our leaders at? Okay, he ran out the door. Come on, y'all. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We believe we can. We are. We will complete high school and college. Dedicated, committed, and focused. We never fail because we never give up. We believe and aspire. We believe we can. Come on, y'all. We are proud students at ACA. Exceptional. We work hard every day. We will complete high school and college. Dedicated, committed, and focused. We never fail because we never give up. Come on. What you say? We believe in you all. Thank you very much. Looking forward. Thank you, panelists. Thank you, all of our career professionals. Our career professionals will come back to the welcome room at this time. Come right back to the welcome room right here in the music room. And then we're going to dispatch you and go from there. Okay? Looking forward to all of you all meeting them in person, face to face. Thank you to our wonderful administrators and our teachers. All of you all that helped us out, we appreciate you so very much. Our crew that's been helping us out, we still need you all. Those gentlemen that have been helping us out, we need you all. Y'all know what to do.
Okay, excuse me, pardon me, we're gonna do this in an order now. Fifth grade, you'll exit out first.